Hey, it's Evgegev. Today, we're diving into real self-confidence, the kind that's quiet, steady, and built over time. Not the loud, fake bravado, but the belief that lets you walk into any room and know you belong. I'll share 5 practical, no-nonsense ways to build that kind of confidence. No fluff, just action. These are tools you can use right after this video, with real-life examples and steps that work. If you're ready to silence self-doubt and step into your best self, you're in the right place. Grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's get started. The foundation of confidence is the way you talk to yourself. Every day, from the moment you wake up, there's a running dialogue in your mind. This inner conversation shapes how you see yourself, how you approach challenges, and even how you recover from setbacks. It's easy to overlook, but it's the single most powerful influence on your self-esteem and your ability to grow. Most of us have an inner critic that's harsh and relentless, saying things we'd never say to a friend. This voice can be so familiar that we barely notice it, but it chips away at our confidence, making us doubt our abilities and question our worth. It tells us we're not good enough, that we'll fail, or that we don't deserve success. Over time, these messages can become a kind of background noise, quietly shaping our choices and limiting our potential. But here's the truth. That voice isn't really you. It's just old programming. It's a collection of beliefs and fears picked up from past experiences, from things people have said, or from moments when you felt vulnerable. It's not your true self. It's just a habit of thinking that can be changed. The first step is to notice when it shows up and challenge it. Start paying attention to the words you use with yourself, especially in moments of stress or uncertainty. When you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, or I always mess up, pause and ask, is this really true? Where did this belief come from? Would I say this to someone I care about? Instead of, I'll mess this up, try, I've prepared for this. I can handle it. Reframing your thoughts doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It means giving yourself the same encouragement and understanding you'd offer a friend. It's about being honest, but also being kind. It's not about fake positivity. It's about fairness and self-respect. You deserve to treat yourself with the same compassion you show others. When you make a mistake, remind yourself that everyone stumbles. When you feel nervous, remember that it's okay to be human. This shift in perspective is powerful, and it starts with the words you choose. This takes practice, like building a muscle. Just as you wouldn't expect to lift heavy weights on your first day at the gym, you can't expect to silence your inner critic overnight. But with consistent effort, you'll notice your self-talk becoming more supportive and your confidence growing stronger. Every time you catch and reframe a negative thought, you're rewiring your brain for confidence. Neuroscience shows that our brains are adaptable. New pathways form when we practice new ways of thinking. Over time, positive self-talk becomes more natural, and the old critical voice loses its power. Here's your action. For 1 week, write down negative self-talk as it happens, then write what you'd say to a friend in the same situation. This simple exercise helps you become aware of your patterns and gives you a chance to practice kindness toward yourself. You might be surprised by how often your inner critic shows up, and how much gentler your words can be when you shift your perspective. You'll see patterns and start to shift your inner dialogue. Over time, you'll notice that your automatic thoughts become less critical and more encouraging. You'll start to recognize your strengths, celebrate your progress, and approach challenges with a sense of possibility instead of fear. Confidence grows when you become your own coach, not your own enemy. Imagine having a supportive mentor in your corner, someone who believes in you, cheers you on, and helps you learn from setbacks. You can be that person for yourself every single day. Start today. Catch, challenge, and change that inner conversation. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Over time, you'll find that your self-talk lifts you up instead of holding you back. The relationship you have with yourself is the most important one you'll ever build. It's the foundation for every other relationship in your life, and it sets the tone for how you show up in the world. Make it a supportive one. Choose to be your own ally and watch your confidence and your life transform. Confidence isn't built by chasing huge, intimidating goals. It's built by stacking small wins, one after another, day after day. Each time you accomplish something minor, you're laying another brick in the foundation of your self-belief. It's not about waiting for a big breakthrough. It's about proving to yourself, over and over, that you can take action and follow through. Big dreams are inspiring, but they can also feel distant and overwhelming. The truth is, those dreams are achieved through tiny, consistent actions that might seem insignificant in the moment. Every time you check off a small task, you're making real progress, even if it doesn't feel dramatic. When you focus only on the end goal, it's easy to get overwhelmed and quit before you even start. The mountain looks too high, the journey too long, and your motivation can quickly fade. That's why so many people give up. They're trying to leap to the summit in one giant step. Instead, break your goal into the smallest possible step, something you can do today, right now, without needing a burst of motivation or a perfect plan. Make it so easy that you can't say no. This is the secret to getting started and building momentum. For example, if you want to write a book, don't worry about the whole manuscript. Start by writing for just 15 minutes a day, or even a single paragraph. If you want to get fit, begin with a 5-minute walk. The key is to lower the barrier to entry so you can take action immediately. Each small win is proof you can keep promises to yourself. It's evidence that you're capable of following through, no matter how tiny the step. Over time, these wins build trust in yourself, and that trust is the foundation of real confidence. These wins add up, shifting your identity from someone who wants to someone who does. You start to see yourself as a person who takes action, who finishes what they start, and who can be relied on, even by yourself. Pick one area where you want more confidence and set a ridiculously easy first step. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water in the morning, making your bed, or sending one email. The point isn't the size of the action. It's the act of doing it. Complete it, check it off, and celebrate. Give yourself credit for showing up, no matter how small the win. That celebration is what tells your brain, this matters. I can do this. Every small win is a vote for the confident version of you. Each checkmark, each tiny success, is a signal to your mind that you're becoming the person you want to be. Start small, build momentum, and let your evidence of progress fuel your self-belief. As you collect more wins, you'll notice your confidence growing naturally, almost without effort. You don't need to feel confident to start. Action creates confidence. The more you act, the more you prove to yourself that you're capable, and the easier it becomes to take the next step. Stack those wins, one on top of the other, and watch your confidence grow higher than you ever imagined. Remember, greatness is built from 1,000 tiny victories. So start today and let your small wins pave the way to lasting self-belief. Let's talk about failure, because real confidence is forged in how you handle setbacks. We all know that sinking feeling when things don't go as planned, when you make a mistake in front of others, or when you fall short of your own expectations. It's uncomfortable, sometimes even embarrassing. But what if I told you that these moments, the ones you wish you could erase, are actually the secret ingredient to building unshakable confidence? Most people fear failure and play it safe, but that keeps you stuck. When you're afraid to make mistakes, you end up holding yourself back from opportunities to grow, to learn, and to discover what you're truly capable of. Playing it safe might feel comfortable, but it's a recipe for staying exactly where you are. Confidence isn't about never failing. It's about knowing you'll be okay when you do. It's about trusting yourself to get back up, dust yourself off, and try again, even when things don't go your way. The most confident people you know aren't immune to failure. They've just learned how to bounce back from it. Failure is just feedback, not a verdict on your worth. It's information, a signal that something didn't work, and an invitation to adjust your approach. When you start to see failure as feedback, you take the sting out of it. You realize it's not personal. It's just part of the process. Every successful person has failed more times than they've succeeded. They just kept going. Think about the entrepreneurs, artists, and athletes you admire. Their journeys are filled with setbacks, rejections, and moments of doubt. What sets them apart isn't luck or talent alone. It's their willingness to keep moving forward, to learn from every stumble, and to never let failure define them. Take Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx. Her dad celebrated effort, not just success, teaching her to see failure as growth. Every night at dinner, he'd ask, "What did you fail at today?" If she had nothing to share, he'd be disappointed. This simple question rewired her relationship with failure, making her unafraid to try, to risk, and to innovate. Imagine if you celebrated your own efforts, regardless of the outcome. Across cultures and backgrounds, people who achieve great things often have one thing in common. They're willing to fall on their face, learn, and get back up. They don't let embarrassment or fear of judgment stop them from trying again. Instead, they use every failure as a stepping stone to something greater. When you fail, ask, what did I learn? This simple question shifts your focus from shame to growth. It helps you extract the lesson from the experience so you can do better next time. Reflection is the bridge between failure and improvement. How can I use this next time? Every mistake contains a lesson, a clue about what to try differently. By actively looking for ways to apply what you've learned, you turn every setback into a tool for future success. This mindset turns setbacks into stepping stones. Instead of seeing obstacles as dead ends, you start to view them as necessary parts of your journey. Each challenge you overcome builds your resilience and your belief in yourself. Your action. Think of a failure that still stings. Write down what happened, what you learned, and how it made you feel. Be honest with yourself. Sometimes just putting it on paper can help you see it from a new perspective. Now, write how you'll use that lesson. What will you do differently next time? How can you turn this experience into a source of strength? This is how you transform pain into power. Reframe every setback as data, not defeat. When you treat your failures as valuable information, you become a scientist in your own life, experimenting, learning, and constantly improving. The more you embrace failure as a teacher, the more resilient and confident you become. You start to trust yourself, knowing that no matter what happens, you have the tools to handle it and grow from it. Don't fear falling, use it to rise stronger. Every time you get back up, you prove to yourself that you're capable of overcoming anything. That's real confidence. Be brave enough to fail. It's the fastest way to succeed. Remember, the path to greatness is paved with missteps, lessons, and the courage to keep going. So, the next time you fall on your face, smile, because you're one step closer to the person you want to become. The people around you shape your confidence more than you think. If you're surrounded by critics and doubters, their negativity seeps in and drags you down. But supportive, ambitious people lift you up and help you see your own potential. Do a quick audit. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? How do you feel after being with them? Energized or drained? You don't have to cut everyone out, but you do need boundaries. Limit time with confidence vampires and protect your dreams from their doubts. Instead, seek out confidence builders, people who encourage, inspire, and challenge you to grow. Join groups, reach out to positive friends, and put yourself in uplifting environments. Your network is your emotional foundation. Choose wisely. Curate your crew and nurture relationships that help you thrive. The right people are like sunlight and good soil for your confidence. Your confidence depends on the company you keep. Your mind and body are connected. Neglect one and the other suffers. When you're tired, hungry, or run down, confidence plummets. Sleep, movement, and nutrition are the foundation of self-belief. A good night's sleep boosts your mood and resilience. Daily movement, any kind, releases endorphins and proves you're capable. Nutritious food fuels your energy and mental clarity. Taking care of your body is an act of self-respect and confidence building. Pick one area, sleep, movement, or nutrition, and make a small, positive change this week. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier, take a daily walk, or add a serving of veggies to each meal. Small changes add up, just like small wins. When you feel strong and energized, you show up more confidently in every area of life. Fuel your body, and you'll fuel your confidence. We've covered a lot: mindset, small wins, reframing failure, your circle, and your body. Each one matters on this journey. But you don't have to do it all at once. Progress, not perfection, is what truly counts. Pick one strategy that resonated with you and take action today, not tomorrow or next week. Action is what builds belief and silences doubt, step by step. Drop a comment below with your first step. It inspires others too. Thanks for watching and being here. Remember, you're more powerful than you think, and you're not alone. Now go take that first step forward with confidence.